Hi friends, you're all welcome to today's tutorial. Today we'll be working on a kaftan gown. Yes, it's a handless, but we'll be working with this material, this net lace. See how it is. It's always very unique in nature. Yes, it comes always in this form. So our fabric has been folded into four, just this way. So that simply means that we'll be working front and back bodies together. We'll be cutting the front and the back bodies together. So now what I will do now is to mark down our starting point. So from this point to is our shoulder line. So I'll take the full length of the gown, which is 59 inches. 1 inch is for folding at the hem area. So all the way from this point, I'll measure that at the full length till the end of the fabric. So from the starting point, which is also our shoulder line, I mark down our shoulder measurement, which is 16 inches. 16 divided by 2, we have 8 inches. So I mark down 8 inches. So from that 8 inches, I came down 1 inch for our shoulder slope. So the shoulder slope is 1 inch. I came down 1 inch. So now for the width of the neck. So it's a round neck. The width is 4 inches. I chalk down 4 inches. So for the back bodies, the depth is 1 inch. The back will be having a slit. So I came down 1 inch for the depth. And also for the front bodies, all the way from that same width. The back bodies and the front bodies always have the same wideness, but different depth. So for the front bodies, I came down 4 inches for the neck depth. So I chalked it down as well. So what I will do next is to slope down all the way from the shoulder slant to the neckline area, our shoulder slant. So I slope it down this way to meet the neck line. So that's that. So now for the armhole, from where we came down 1 inch for the shoulder slant, I marked down 8 inches at that point. That will serve as our armhole length. So that's that. This is the armhole length. So I trace it all the way in a straight line and I curve it out. In that way, that's the armhole. So from the shoulder line, I came down 16 inches. That's the waistline. I chalk down 16 inches for the waistline. The same from the shoulder. For the hip line, I came down 25 inches. I chalked it down as well. That's for the hip line. Okay, so that's that. So I made it a straight line to be clear. Also at the hip line area, I also made it a straight line. So that's that for our waist and the hip. So I went ahead and cut the back neckline only. So after which I will remove the back to cut the work on the front neckline. So now the slope, also the armhole. So that's that. So what I went and did was to measure out the bust measurement at that chest line. The bust measurement of my client is 38 inches. 38 into 4, we have 9.5. I short it out and mark 2 extra inches. 1 inch is for ease and 1 for seam allowance. So at the waist area is 36 inches. I mark down 2 extra inches. 1 inch is for ease as well. Then 1 is for sewing allowance. So now I trace it all the way from the bust to the waist. Just this way. So that's that from the waist to the bust. Also at the hip area. The hip round circumference of my client is 44 inches. 44 divided by 4, we have 11 inches. So I went ahead and chalked down 11 inches and added extra 2 inches. 1 inch for ease and 1 is for seam allowance. So I went ahead and traced it from the hip to the waist. Just this way. And also from the waist all the way to the bust. So now from the hip area, I'll connect it all the way down to the hem of the gown. Just this way. I'll trace it all the way down. The same measurement. You know it's a free gown. And even if it's a pencil gown, what I will do is to come in maybe 1 inch or 2 inches inward. But this is a free gown. Whatever measurement you get at the hip area, you take the same measurement all the way down to the hem of the gown. So now I'll cut. So that's it. Here we have our gown cut out, both the front and the back bodies together. Let's have a quick look of it. So that's it. So what I will do next is to remove the back bodies so that I can be able to work on the front bodies. Hi guys, if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please just click on that button, okay? And click on the bell beside it to be notified each time I upload a new video. Please just give the video a thumbs up. So we have the front bodies on the table. So I went ahead and folded it into 2, just this way, for me to be able to cut the neckline area and also short down the hip area. So I went ahead and cut out remember we marked out 4 inches deepness. I went ahead and cut it out. Also confirmed the armhole. Remember we came down 8 inches for our armhole length. So also for the back bodies, here we have the back bodies. Remember I said earlier it's going to have a slit at the back. So for the slit length, I came down 5 inches. You could make yours 4 inches, 5 inches, depending on your choice. So I came down 5 inches. So I'll cut it this way. And at that point, 5 inches, I came in just half inch. Yes, I came in this way, half inch, just a. slight cut measurement to give it that shape. So here we have our slit cut out. So it's going to be stitched this way at that point. So I went ahead and notched the hip length, so the front area. What I did next was to cut out the bias. Yes, I went ahead and cut out a long strip of length 15 inches while the width is 1.5 inches. You can use bias to fold up the neckline area, or you can use the same fabric. So in this, I went ahead to show us a sample of it. I went ahead and cut out a long strip, just this form, the same fabric. So I'll stitch it all the way around the neckline and fold it to the other side. Also stitch on it. So just the way I'm doing it, I'll stitch upon it the all round and fold it to the other side. So that's that for the front bodies. Also for the back bodies, I also went ahead and cut out the same fabric of width 1.5, while the length is depending on the length of the neck area. I went ahead and measured it out. So now here we have the long strip of the same fabric. So what I will do now is to close in the neck area. First of all, I went ahead and cut out the long strip in this form on both neckline area. Remember I said it's 1.5 inches. So the right side facing each other. So I went ahead and fastened it down with a pin. To enable me stitch or work on it easily. So I'll stitch it first, also on the other side, and flip it to the, I'll turn it just this way on the other side. I'm folding 1/2 inch and folding again, just the way you see me doing it, then stitch on it. That's the way to put in your bias all the way around. So that's that. But for the benefits of this tutorial, I just wanted to show us how to use the same fabric. But what I'm going to use is, I'm going to use a bias. That's a bias. I'll use it to fold in the neckline area. And that's what I did. So I went ahead and also cut out a tiny strip of length 3 inches and the width is 1.5 inches. So I folded it in and stitched on it. So I will place it this way, just the way you see me doing it. This will form our casing for holding in the button. So on top of it right there, I place in my bias, just the way you see me doing it. This way, that's the button casing. So I went ahead and placed the bias on top, right there on top of the button casing. So just that way, I will stitch on it all the way around the slit area, all the way around, all around the slit area. So now it has been stitched down, and here is our button casing. In that form, I'll place our button on the other side and hold it firm. See how it is. Sorry guys, I lost some of my clips, but here what I did was to fold in some pleated stripe at the front bodies and at the back bodies and close it up with the actual measurement. And that's all.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe to Infinity's Gallery for more amazing contents. Thank you. Bye.